seconds until minions spawn.
We got some standard 5 points again coming out this game. Oh, can he get the mana flow? There it is, baby! He got the mana flow band proc. What a smurf. I'm so interested to see this bot lane. I've heard legends about the Ryze bot lane, but I've never seen it with my own 2 eyes. Lag. Oh! He got another one. Good lord, he's coming to lane with an extra 50 mana. Wait, they actually added Sands to Smash in the form of a costume. That's so funny. That's so funny. Interesting game we have for ourselves here. I actually don't even know what new Malphite does, and I was actually right. So this is interesting. So we're mixing up the lane matchups here, and I'm completely, honestly, I'm super okay with this. There's nothing in the rules against this, and I think it shows flexibility from the players. However, it looks like, ooh, Peaches almost went for a gank there on the bone. That was a little scary, but Nitro Magma would have been there for the counter gank. Ooh, the nice CC combo onto Atlantis, but responding with a huge amount of damage. And now V-Twizzle on Nitro Magma in the river. That is going to be first blood going over to Boss Egg. So let's, ooh. Right now Bone is looking, V-Twizzle is behind him though, he should be able to escape, and actually if he lands a Q, that should be the kill onto Enoch. Enoch going a little too far forward, Bone punishing him for it. Now Bone actually looking for potential kill onto V-Twizzle. He might be able to pop open the Bloblets right here. Ooh, the flash forward, oh, just barely doesn't get him. V-Twizzle able to escape with the E over the wall and the flash burn. I actually need to go back, jump back for a second because I'm not sure how the Ryze died. A nice CC combo coming out on top of the Ignite. A nice kill found onto the Ryze. Now let's go forward. Let me pop open the scoreboard and objective timers. And he died to chickens. Jesus Christ, Abdullah. Good God. Abdullah actually died to chickens. And that sucks even more for Zach than it would for another jungler, because he's actually losing his passive for that. Oh, and it looks like they're actually swapping back right now. Because the matchup top lane was so, like, unbearable, I guess, probably. And or the matchup mid lane, they didn't like either of them, so they're swapping back, and it looks like right now red team is looking for the response swap, actually. Bowen going up towards the top lane. I'm not sure if Uno is aware yet, but it looks like Uno is now going to just look for the back under tower and then probably TP back to mid. This is good. They're trying to keep their advantage lanes. I really like the overall macro play right now from the red team. Unfortunately, they are going to be XP sharing a little bit here in the top lane, but it's not a huge deal since Bowen is already ahead in the XP game. Ooh, Rakan almost getting punished hard for that. They're still looking onto him. Probably about an even trade. No damage being dealt to the Jhin, both damage being dealt to both of the bot laners from the red side. No TP coming out from Uno. Uno actually still walking top lane. I'm not sure if she's aware of the swapping that they're trying to do. Or maybe she's just thinking in the third dimension and they're gonna swap back. Yeah, that's actually what it is. Because they instantly tried to swap Yasuo back to mid. They don't want to play the matchups that the red team wants to play versus them. And I think right now, with the way they're swapping, they're getting a lot more out of these swaps than red team is. Red team swaps are a little sloppier. Ooh, and right now they're looking onto Jarvan. He isn't quite able to EQ away in time, but here comes Bowen. Going in. Now looking onto Enoch with the auto attack. One more auto attack into the R, almost finishing it off. He is able to find the kill onto Enoch, but now Ethan is here to close it out. Assist his team. That could have gone a lot worse. But now they're finding onto the bot lane. That might be a kill onto Kyle. Kyle is forced to flash. The flash auto isn't quite enough to close it out. If that was a fourth shot, it definitely would have closed it out. But unfortunately, for Jake, he is not able to find the kill, and that is an even trade on the flashes in the bottom lane. They are, however, able to get some turret platings here since Zillion was forced to back. Interesting right now that Malphite is so well farmed considering the type of matchups that he's had to play into this game. Great job farming under tower. Fortunately, Ryze doesn't have mana to make sure that he can get that farm under tower. Misses a few minions as a result. Rakan now looking to go forward. Ooh. Not quite deciding whether or not he wanted to go in with that ultimate means that that is going to be a resource loss. Some indecisive play there. Maybe not on the same page as his jungler, since Beatrizzle was on the way, but one of them didn't communicate to the other one whether or not they were going in, and as a result, they lose some resources and aren't able to find anything in that window. Right now, Bowen getting poked down by Enoch in the mid lane. That is going to be a Q. Ooh, wasn't able to quite land the ult. That might have been because the invisibility on Akali canceled it, or he might have just mistimed the combo. The Shuriken not landing means that they trade a little bit even. Bowen has his ult up in a few seconds. Jarvan is in the mid lane right now, looking onto Yasuo. He isn't quite able to find it as Yasuo just walks upwards, though. Man, all of these E's have been landing by Uno, but the damage that has come out of them just hasn't been a whole lot. And right now it looks like Malphite is actually opting for an AP build rather than a tanky build. Ooh, and the ult coming straight in and finding the kill so fast. And now there are 3 members looking onto Bowen in the mid lane, but he is able to just escape with only the use of his Shroud, and he doesn't even have to expend his ultimate to escape there. And that is a lot of resources being dedicated, which means that the red side is able to take some of the bot lane, but as that is going to be a Zac ult into a Yasuo ult. He is able to escape though. The E lands. Will he follow up? Yes, he will. Just looking for a little bit of poke damage real quick. It looks like the Rakan ultimate was just used. Couldn't find anything out of it though. Another unsuccessful Rakan ultimate. Ooh, the Q landing. Looking for the Ignite under tower, and that is going to be a kill coming through for Enoch. Can Jarvan clean it up in the mid lane, though? One more hit is going to close it out. Will he have Q up in time to poke him out? Oh, and Enoch with a sidestep means that he does get to live. Great in and out play from Enoch, and that means that he is going to elevate himself to a 3-2 score line in this game. The Cutlass completed for Uno, but still just not outputting any sort of damage onto this Malphite. Now Zach might be looking up towards the top side. It doesn't look like Uno's going to have much room to counter this. Uses the W in an attempt to get away, but ooh, a nice flash on the Malphite ultimate. The Malphite ultimate maybe used a little prematurely there. Means that Uno does get to escape for a relatively low cost considering the circumstances. Only has to burn flash there. Rise TPing down into the bot lane, almost getting caught out, but he does turn onto the Rakan now. Isn't quite able to find the kill. Looks onto the Jhin now, but also nothing comes of that. Is able to safely TP back to lane though and not take too much punishment for it. Has now completed himself the Archangel's staff and is quite well farmed up. Oh, and it looks like blue team was actually just able to pick up the Rift Herald with the pressure that they found themselves on the top side. And now Enoch and Bowen fighting once again in the mid lane. Enoch dashing around his wind wall, trying to avoid getting hit by as many Qs as possible. One more hit, and that is going to do it. The shutdown going over to Bowen, just back and forth. These mid laners hitting each other, solo killing back and forth. But this is going to be the first turret from the looks of it on the top side. Not much that Uno can do about this Rift Herald or else risk dying. So that is going to mean that is the first turret plus all of the platings going over to blue team, solidifying their lead in this game. Right now the blue side bottom lane getting poked out a little bit. Red team was able to net themselves a Drake. I honestly looked away for a second, and I don't know if that just happened or if that happened a while ago. I forgot to mention it, regardless. Ooh, the full AP Malphite going in onto the Rise. The Zillion ult used to try to keep him alive. That does mean that Rise should escape, and right now a 2v2 in the mid lane happening between... Ooh, that Tornado landing does mean that Bowen is just going to go down. He doesn't have time to flash away, and he does not have his ultimate off cooldown. All players in the bot lane did survive from that exchange, but in the mid lane, Bowen just keeps getting a kill and then dying, and then getting a kill and dying, trading 1 for 1. Unfortunate that he keeps getting comboed by this Zac Yasuo combo. There are so many good setups for the Yasuo on the blue side, and it's really starting to show in this mid game. Double bomb, only is able to land one, so the stun won't come through. Just trying to get aggressive on him. Rakan is now here though, and that could be a huge turnaround. The Rise dropping pretty low. The Rakan jumping out just before the EQ from Jarvan comes in. Now they can potentially look to turn. The Jhin ultimate coming out, starting to fire shots onto the Jarvan. That should be a third shot. Will the fourth shot land? Jarvan is forced to flash, but it might not matter. V-Twizzle flashing just as he dies. But now Bowen is here. That is going to be a kill found onto the Jhin, and a second kill found for the Rise. But now what can V-Twizzle do? All of the members of the red team are so low. Will he be able to find anything? Bowen looking with the Ignite. That Ignite may knock V-Twizzle into passive, but it will not kill him. And all the while, Malphite and Yasuo have been hard pushing the solo lanes. Red team had to commit a lot into finding that play in the bottom lane. And that means that both of their towers are going to be dropping low or dropping altogether like in the mid lane. Once again, probably a gold positive play for the blue team. Just out macroing right now, as well as out microing. Red team is really going to be looking to win this game in the mid-game team fights, finding something with the Akali jumping into the backline, finding something with the Ryze hitting his power spikes, and finding something with the Jarvan pinning down key members of that blue team. And that is going to be a pause. Jungle black screen, supposedly. Paused. Oh, that is a brutal combo.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Unlucky. Another pause. Unlucky. We make the sacrifices that we have to make for the cause. Ryze is very well farmed at this point in the game. 152 CS. We'll just see if he's able to make anything of it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I'm not sure if he meant to take the blue or not, actually. It would probably be good on Ryze, but J4 is behind enough in XP where I think there's an argument to be made that it's better for him to just take it. Almost face checked right there. Many wards going down. Looks like a team fight is a brewing. My biggest pet peeve, we have TPs up on the red side and nobody is going into the side lanes to pick up farm. Ryze should definitely be farming bot lane right now with TP. Nico should probably be farming top lane. And a huge combo coming out from the blue team. There's the Malphite Yasuo. Just seeking out the ultimate, finding it huge. And the Yasuo conversion. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's what they've been looking for all game. But Bowen actually able to pick up 2 kills. Now getting engaged on by V-Twizzle, but V-Twizzle doesn't really have a team to back him up right now. So Bowen should escape for free. Right now, this should just be the home stretch for the blue team. They have a very good team fight at this stage in the game. They're pretty far ahead. They're about to pick themselves up a dragon on top of having a healthy turret lead. Right now, the red team has not been able to pick up a turret for themselves yet in this game. So they should just push their advantage from here on out. They have very hard engaged, so there's not a whole lot that the red team can do if they just force fights over and over again. A lot of that's going to be on them. I mean, honestly, 3/5 of the blue team can effectively force fights. One of the fifths for Khan is going in right now onto Uno. One more hit. Enoch flashing over the wall. Not quite able to find it, though, and now he may be in a little too deep. A good wind wall to block a lot of the counter engage options. Looking for some poke onto the Ryze. They trade about evenly on that poke. Right now, Rakan getting some vision on the Baroned up area. Zach going in, potentially catching out Zillion here. Zillion is going to have to burn ult, but he doesn't even get to use ultimate before Malphite basically one-shots him all the way from half health, which I know it's not a one-shot, but close enough. The Zach is going to pull those two together. Now look for a third kill. Jarvan going to go over the wall. Let's see if the Zach can find the kill. He should be able to find it here. The Rakan flashing over the wall to help out V-Twizzle in getting that kill, and that's another 3 kills going over to the blue team. This should be another way to further push their advantage, but Zach is stuck in the enemy base. He's trying to E away, but he does get rooted by the Nico, and that should mean that he goes down here, unless one of his teammates decides to suicide TP to save him, and they will not. The shutdown goes over to the only member of the red team who really can do anything in this game, Bowen, who has 7 kills. 7 of the 8 kills on his team. We'll see if he's able to make anything of it. Over here, the blue team starting up the Baron. This is a little scary. The Malphite goes in, but it only hits one player, which is very bad. Now Bowen is able to pick up 1 kill. Uno picks up another onto the Yasuo. Let's see if he goes in here. He has flash, but doesn't have ultimate, so there's probably not a whole lot he can do. Just forced to back up, but they did stop the Baron successfully and find 2 kills in addition. Now almost getting turned on though, Bowen, and the flash forward coming out from Jin, but not quite able to deal enough damage to finish off, and that means that Bowen finds the kill onto him, and now red team can start up the Baron using this Ryze and Nico consistent damage. But we'll see if V-Twizzle can do anything to steal the Baron away, especially given how low Jarvan is. Jarvan should take the plant for himself, which he is doing right now. The Baron is dropping very low. This smite could be pivotal. And the Baron is stolen away by V-Twizzle. The smite not on point, and that's going to lead to the entire red team getting aced in what is basically their last-ditch effort. And now that the blue team has the Baron buff, this should just be a clean closeout. They should pressure in the side lanes. Or not even. They could honestly just 5-man run it down mid. It doesn't really matter what they do. They're so far ahead. They're about 10k gold ahead. They should just be able to do whatever they want. Bowen now looking on to Ethan, though. This should be the kill. The E lands the shutdown. Yet another shutdown going to Bowen. He has 10 kills. Now, the blue team diving hard into the base of the red team. Bowen now stunned up. Almost dies there. This is such a chaotic fight. Uno stuck in the thick of it. Drops. Now can Ryze escape? He's knocked up by the tornado and subsequently knocked up by the Rakan and gunned down by the entirety of blue team. Just not able to move before he's able to do anything. Now Zach looking for even more. Bowen looking to trade onto Enoch. Almost brings him down. Actually does end up bringing him down with the help of NNHS Focus. And that is a shutdown going to NNHS Focus this time. Now Bowen just looking for more. If that shuriken had landed, he could have gotten a kill there, but just a little bit off the mark. And they live to see another day. The entirety of this game hinging on Bowen's shoulders right now, given that he has 10 of the 13 kills for his team. V-Twizzle doing a little bit of counter jungling, while the red team has to deal with the minions that are currently invading their base. Now Ryze looking to catch these side waves. Could honestly just get blown up on Malphite though, and that's exactly what happens. Walking a little too far forward. And the AP Malphite coming out huge, just one-shotting multiple members of the red team. Ooh, and now we'll see. Nitro Magma might be a little bit out of place, getting caught out by the Zac and the Malphite. He should just fall here, not a whole lot that Zillion can do. Could have ulted him there, but I don't know that it would have been able to save him. And now Uno and Zillion are going to attempt to fend off, but there are just too many members of the blue team on top of them right now. But here comes Bowen. Raid boss Bowen. Let's see if he can do anything here. He is out of his shroud, which means he's vulnerable for a little bit. He is able to go legendary, though, picking up the kill onto Enoch. And now V-Twizzle trying to turn back around onto Uno. Uno can't quite pop the Zac into passive. Actually, I don't know if Zac has passive. Let's see. He did not, as Bowen picks up yet another kill. Now 12-3. He might be getting caught out by Malphite and Jin, though. And right now, Rakan trying to Baron up the minions, going a little too far forward, getting caught out by Ryze. Ryze almost finding the kill. The auto attack won't quite do it, and Rakan popping the ultimate. He should be out with just a sliver of health. Bowen also was able to escape there. Red team is still holding on. Bowen is only getting stronger and stronger as he picks up all of these shutdowns and all of these kills. Probably sitting with the most gold in the game right now. Yeah, despite being on the team that is losing by 8k gold, he has so much gold in his inventory right now. Already sitting on 3 completed items, starting on his 4th now. And Rise now completing his 2nd item, and we're starting to scale up, starting to deal a lot more damage as we march further and further into this game. If Blue Team isn't able to close out this game soon, it could turn disastrous for them. All they really need, though, is one good fight, utilizing the Malphite Yasuo combo. Wow, okay. Yeah, they just got one shot. The Malphite Q dealing tons of damage. Bowen forced to use the E defensively to get away, isn't able to go back in. Enoch looking on to Zillion. Zillion might be able to ult himself to survive here. Ooh, but the Rakan going in and stunning up, or CCing all of the members of the red team. This should be it. They should just be